Hey everyone, what is going on? So we're doing my finalized team for the Kingdom Cup. Now this is actually going to be my final team. I'm not going to switch any Pokemon. I'm really happy with this team overall. I mean, some CP is lower than it could be, I guess. Bastiodon only at 1412, whereas you can get it close to 1500 or even 1500 on the dot. So not the best CP all around, but that's okay with me. I don't mind. Really happy with this team. So so we'll go over the team. We have Lucario, of course, that has Counter, Power Up Punch, and Shadow Ball. Flygon, we have Dragon Claw and Earthquake as its charge moves, and then, Mud Slap, Mud Shot, something, one of those, I can't remember, sorry guys. Then we have Lapras with Water Gun, Surf, and Ice Beam. And then we have Ice Shot would be really good, it would be really good, but I don't have it. Anyway, Altaria, we have Dragon Breath, Dragon Pulse, and Sky Attack. Bastiodon has the Flamethrower and the Stone Edge for the charge moves, and fast move is Smackdown. Charizard, Fire Spin, and then it has Blast Burn and Dragon Claw as a charge move. So really happy with this team, as I said, overall. I feel like they all count as something. Lucario does hit the Bastiodon, so does Flygon. Flygon hits Bastiodon, as I just said. It could also do work against Altaria, so it's good against that. Lapras does hit the Bastiodon, so we have good counters in case you see Bastiodon, which you will. I mean, Bastiodon is going to be on everyone's team, or mostly everyone's team. There might be somebody that doesn't have it, but for the most part, you do have the counters. Of course, Lapras with Water Gun also does beat Fire types, so if you're going up against a Charizard, it's going to beat that, or another Fire type like Typhlosion if you happen to see it, or even Blaziken. Lapras will get the job done. Altaria does hit other Dragon Pokemon. It also is good against Lucario, so you got that for you. Bastiodon, of course, is good against Altaria and Charizard. Other Fire types in general, of course, it loses to Flygon and Lucario quite nicely, and Lapras, as I said. Charizard is good against Lucario. So definitely want a Fire type, in my opinion. It also has Dragon Claw, which charges up fast, so it does hit Altaria. It hits Flygon as well, so really solid choice. It's also neutral to Lapras, so it is a good Pokemon. Excuse me. But sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath. I just got done exercising, and then I decided to record a video. But yeah, anyway, this video is longer than usual. I wanted to get it out early at the beginning of the month, because I know some people are having their Kingdom Cup tournaments this weekend, as early as this weekend. And if you do, good luck to you. Come back to the video or my latest video. Let me know how you did. Let me know what team you're going with. Also, let me know what team you have. Some of you had let me know your teams in previous videos. But if you did not, definitely come back. Let me know what team you're going with, what Pokemon you're going with, what movesets. Always interested in hearing about it. And really solid team in my opinion. Really liking this cup compared to the Tempest Cup for some reason. I wasn't super keen on the Tempest Cup. It was okay. I wasn't really prepared for it. Maybe that was why. Not as well as I am for the Kingdom Cup, at least. But yeah, for the Kingdom Cup, I don't know when my local tournament is going to be. I know it's not going to be this weekend. I know it's not going to be the weekend of Community Day, and I'm assuming it's not going to be the weekend of Easter, although it could be. I don't know. So maybe the weekend after. They haven't announced anything for my group yet, so still waiting to hear about that, but I'll definitely keep you guys interested. But it'll probably be after the next cup announcement, so we'll start covering that, once they announce it in the middle of the month, or whenever they announce. I think they're probably going to announce it April 17th, but just speculation for you guys. But anyway, let me know what you think of my team. Let me know. And really solid team. I can't wait for the tournament. Can't wait to compete. I'll be making buttons for this tournament just to give to everybody for entering. This is what I do every cup, just to have a good old time and whatnot. And really excited for this tournament. Really excited for it. And I'm also excited for hearing about May's tournament, whatever that happens to be, or May's specific cup. But so we do go ahead and take that win. Anyway, let's start covering the matches, shall we? So jumping into another match, we're beginning with Altaria. He begins with Melmetal, so not really a good matchup for us. Going to switch out because I know he has either Rock Slide or Thunderbolt, and he's going to switch right into that Charizard, which of course is not a good matchup for us. Going for the Shadow Ball, hoping that he would predict Power Punch, but he hasn't fall for it. Wasn't worth the risk on his end, I guess. Bringing in Altaria, Blast Burn, still doing a decent amount to Altaria despite resisting it, and despite Altaria being a bulky Pokemon. So going for the other Blast Burn, we're going to go ahead and block that. He brings in his Melmetal, unfortunately getting off his Thunderbolt, so I'm going to go ahead and block that because we don't want to take that damage. Yeah, so bad lead up, bad matchup for us in terms of leads, so a little bit behind in this one, but that's okay. Bringing in Altaria, lagging a little bit, not too much of a big deal getting off that Sky Attack. And he's going to go ahead and block that. Would have knocked it out at that range, even though he does resist Sky Attack. But we're able to knock him out again. He does bring in Lucario. I was like, just let me get to the Sky Attack, but I didn't think I'd be able to before he got up to Power Punch. But we actually survived that, and at the last second, we do get off that Sky Attack, and it's not going to knock him out. Now, we only got 2 rings. That would have been a situation, whereas if we got the 3 rings, it more than likely would have knocked it out. I'm pretty sure it would have, because we would have done more damage, and he only literally had 1 HP. So, in that situation, the 3 rings do matter and things like that. So, but anyway, he does go ahead and pick up the match for that one, but he had a better lead as well. But it came very close to it, very close to it. We didn't die to that Power Punch. But we did lose anyway because we couldn't knock it out. But that's okay. Anyway, this match, we have the Lucario out. He has the Flygon. He's going to go ahead for that Dragon Claw. Going to go ahead and block it just because I like keeping a Lucario healthy. Using that Power Up Punch, he's going to go ahead and block that. And now he uses Dragon Claw, which will knock us out. Bringing in Altaria. And Altaria is going to get wrecked by a Alolan Ninetale, so we're going to have to switch immediately. Fortunately, he gets the Ice Beam off, but it doesn't knock us out. I actually thought that it would have, but no, we actually survive it. Getting off that Blast Burn, that's going to be able to easily knock out Lucario, so we do go ahead and take that win. So, yeah, I know I tend to talk fast, guys. Some of you had said, you talk really fast. Not that people were complaining about it. They're just pointing it out. I know I have anxiety and whatnot, so it's like when I get like really excited about something, it's like I'm talking fast. I know I'm getting better as we go along, guys. I know, but thanks a lot for the continued support. Anyway, I know some of you support that, but anyway, we freeze up in this one, lagging. So I guess he stops attacking. Yeah, look, I'm clicking all over the screen. Cannot do anything. Now I guess an attack went through or something. I don't know. Nothing's working out. Now he's attacking. Now I'm not. I don't know what's going on. This game was really weird, guys. It was going back and forth. I was lagging for the most part, and then he started to lag a little bit. Then I did. So, but not really a big deal. As I said, it is practice, so it doesn't really matter. If we lag or whatnot, we try to not continue to attack. But if it happens, it happens. Not a big deal, but anyway, he does bring out his Altaria. I'm going to go ahead and block that. I decided the last second to block that. And, I go for the Power Punch, hoping to catch his shield off guard, thinking it was Shadow Ball, and it actually works out, so we're able to take his shield and get another Power Punch off. So he does knock us out, but we did do a lot of damage to him and take a shield, so I was actually really happy about that. Going for the Dragon Claw immediately. I wasn't sure if he'd be able to feint us, and he actually did get a Sky Attack off, and that's okay, because we did take his last shield, and we have Bash Shield on against his Lucario. Now he doesn't have any shields, and that Flamethrower is going to destroy Lucario. So luckily we were able to save up that charge move, and we were able to activate Flamethrower. But for this match, we do begin with Lapras. He begins with Flygon. We have the advantage because we have Ice Beam. Now obviously an Ice Shard Lapras would have been better in this situation. Unfortunately, my legacy is Ice Beam. I don't have Ice Shard, but again, that's okay. I like having a Water Gun user anyway, so I'm okay with that. But of course, in a situation like this, Ice Shard would have been better because it would have really tore right through like Altaria and Flygon, right? But he does knock us out first. I decided not to block that. Didn't want to use a shield. Lucario comes in, and I like saving my shields basically for like Lucario and things like that. He brings in Charizard, so I'm going to switch immediately. I block that because it is Blast Burn. Using that Dragon Claw, hoping he would predict it was Blast Burn, and I guess he does. Although Dragon Claw still would have done a lot, and probably even taken it out. Not too sure. I believe it. I don't know. It probably wouldn't have taken out. Probably would have come close. I'm not too sure on that. But either way, we do take his shield, and I guess he was saving his Charizard just because he wanted it for Lucario and whatnot, and he wanted to knock out our Charizard, I guess, because of his Lucario. Using that Dragon Claw, because I knew I didn't have time for Blast Burn and whatnot, and we just bring in Lucario and we're able to knock him out. Didn't need that charge move, that Power Up Punch, but yeah, that's okay. So we do go ahead and take the win. So we're going to go ahead and jump into yet another battle, beginning with Lapras. I'm really liking how this team performs. I believe it has a lot of momentum together and it works well together. Each Pokemon covers another type. That's another reason I really like this team. Really solid options, You know, there's other Pokemon you can go with as well, but yeah, really good Pokemon. I did go ahead and go for the Ice Beam because I was hoping he would predict it was a Surf. He doesn't, so yeah. He doesn't do that, so we're going to go ahead for Surf this time, and he's actually not going to block that, unfortunately, hoping to catch his last shield, but, you know, he's not going to do it. He probably would have let Altaria fall regardless, even if it was Ice Beam. That's probably why he didn't block, and that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm going to switch immediately, going to go ahead and block this Power-Up Punch because we want to get off one, but unfortunately, we don't have time to be able to get one off, and then we bring in Bastiodon. No shields left. Bastiodon is going to fall to Lucario, so he destroyed us that game, you know. He absolutely destroyed, has perfect counters. That's okay. So he does go ahead and pick up the win in that one. So we're going to go ahead and begin another battle. He does begin with his Melmetal. I begin with Lapras, pulling the switch to Lucario immediately. He does bring in Charizard. Not good for us. We do activate that Shadow Ball, and he's going to go ahead and block it, unfortunately for us. But we're not able to get off a Power-Up Punch. It wouldn't have done a lot, but I guess it would have been more than not doing anything, right? So we do bring in this Bastiodon. He activates Blast Burn. Blast Burn is neutral to Bastiodon. It actually does a good amount of damage, though. But at this point, I wasn't thinking that I was in a really good situation because I was expecting Lucario to come in, but he actually brings in Melmetal, so we do go ahead and activate that Flamethrower. He's going to go ahead and block it. That would have knocked out Melmetal at that range, and we're going to go ahead and block this Thunderbolt, and yeah, hoping to get off a Surf, and we are actually able to get off that Surf for that Melmetal, so we do go ahead and that works out in our favor, and unfortunately couldn't get off an Ice Beam just yet. He does activate Sky Attack. We're able to get off that Ice Beam, and we're actually able to knock out Altaria. So yeah, we basically needed that Ice Beam. I don't know if we needed it, but that definitely helped us to win the game, so we do go ahead and pick up the game. So yet another game, and beginning with Altaria. I think we have like 20 minutes worth of sped up battles. You know, usually I have like 10 to 12 minutes on average, but this time doing it a little bit longer. You guys had said you wanted to see more or longer videos, at least for my finalized videos, so I do appreciate that, and thank you so much for watching, guys. But yeah, right now, using the Sky Attack against his Altaria, he's going to go ahead and block it, because that would have knocked him out. Now, he's actually almost gone, and he's out of shield. What, does he have one shield left? I think he has one shield left, not too sure. Maybe he doesn't, I'm not sure, I can't really tell. But he does knock out our Charizard, so we bring in Lucario, and we are going to have to block this, obviously. That would have come very close to knocking us out. He would have knocked us out with counter. And yeah, I see his last Pokemon, and I was going for the Shadow Ball. It's like, if I can get the Shadow Ball off, maybe. But no, not able to get the Shadow Ball off, and he does go ahead and pick up that win. So he does win that one, but this time we're beginning with Altaria against his Altaria. So, you know, the same lead for us. So, yeah. Activating Sky Attack. I don't want to switch into something like a Bastiodon or anything, because he could switch into a counter. That's why I've said it before, guys. If you don't have to switch, don't switch. But we actually didn't even bring Bastiodon with us. But I'm just saying, like, in general, that's why I don't like switching first. He brings in Charizard. I'm going to switch ASAP because I can't have that Charizard destroying my Lucario, right? You know, so yeah, I feel like Charizard is probably the way to go in terms of fire Pokemon for this format. You know, this Typhlosion with Shadow Claw, and it has Blast Burn, but it doesn't really charge up as fast as Charizard because it doesn't have Dragon Claw, of course. So I don't think it's bad. It's just I prefer Charizard in this format. But using Dragon Claw to knock out Charizard, and his last Pokemon is Flygon, so we actually get off a Dragon Claw, and that's really good for us. He's going to go ahead and get off a Dragon Claw, and that's going to be able to knock us out just fine. But we do use that Power Punch to almost knock out Flygon, and the counters are going to finish it off. So Flygon actually isn't great against Lucario. They're kind of like evenly matched, right? I mean, because its fast move, Flygon's fast move is super effective against Lucario, but it doesn't do a lot of damage, and you have to wait for the Earthquake to charge up, right? So he brings in Lucario. I'm going to switch into my Lucario immediately, blocking that Power-Up Punch. I couldn't get off this Power-Up Punch. I was tapping it, it just wouldn't go off. It happens. Bringing in Lapras, and he's going to go ahead and bring bring in Altaria, so I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure I can get this Ice Beam off, but I'm hoping he doesn't think it's an Ice Beam and he doesn't block it. But of course, it was really at that point, I would have blocked it too. Even if it was Surf, it's not worth the risk, right? So, yeah, I would have blocked that as well. So he does knock out our Lapras. Couldn't get another move off, bringing in Bastion. He brings in Charizard, and I was actually happy about this. I do go ahead and use that Stone Edge because, well, for one, I didn't want him to get Blast Burn off, which he does end up doing, but we do take away his shield, so that's actually really good for us. And now he brings in Altaria, so no Lucario, so we actually got a little bit lucky because he didn't bring Lucario, and Bastion is going to be able to knock out that Altaria, so we do go ahead and pick up another win. So, yeah, lucky for us. If he had the Lucario, he would have won that match, but, you know, good for us, good for us. So in this game, I'm leading with Bastion. He's trying out Arcanine, which I think is pretty good. I mean, it has Wild Charge, which is a powerful move. I decided to block it right away because it would have been neutral to Bastion, but I mean, Wild Charge, despite Bastion's bulk, probably would have done a good amount of damage. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I'm guessing roughly about like 30 to 40%, but I'm not really too sure on that. But we're going to go ahead and block this Power Punch because I knew I would get a Flamethrower off. And that is almost going to cost him the Lucario. I'm actually surprised he didn't block that. I'm really surprised he didn't block that. I don't know why he didn't. I probably would have blocked that. But bringing in Altaria, I guess he wanted to save his shield, so that's fine. And yeah, getting off this Sky Attack, and that's doing a decent amount of damage to him. He's not blocking it either. And he's going to feint our Altaria. Now we have no shield, so we have to take that Dragon Pulse, but we're able to knock him out. So yeah, he still had shields left, so I don't know why he didn't block that. He should have. He didn't really use any of his shields. I don't know, but either way, beginning with Bastion, he begins with Lucario. Terrible matchup for us. You guys know we have to switch. When they're both at full health, we can't do anything. So we had to get out of there, but unfortunately he brought in a Alolan Ninetales. And another Pokemon I do want to try out for this particular Kingdom Cup, but I haven't yet. Gonna knock us out with that Ice Beam. I bring in Bastion, doing a good amount of damage to Alolan Ninetales. I'm not gonna go ahead and block this. I'm gonna take that Ice Beam, and we knock out his Alolan Ninetales. Unfortunately, I'm like, do I block it? I mean, the counter basically would have done a lot of damage to me anyway, and I knew it wouldn't knock me out, so I knew I'd get off a Flamethrower, so he actually does go ahead and block that, as he should have. I did agree with that play, but I do block this Power Punch. I'm like, well, is there any way I could possibly win this? He is super effective against me. I do get off that Surf, and he's going to block it. Of course, he should block it. I blocked this, but I knew it was over. I knew he was going to beat me with counter, so he does go ahead and knock out my Lapras, so yeah, he does go ahead and take that game. Lucario is going to be a fantastic Pokemon for this competition. Definitely recommend using it, guys. But he begins with Skarmory, another decent Pokemon for this cup. I'm beginning with Altaria, and he gets off a Sky Attack. I'm not going to go ahead and block it, actually doing a good amount of damage. I save up my energy, bringing in Lucario. I'm going to go ahead and block this Sky Attack because I didn't want to take it. It would have been neutral. It would have done a lot of damage to us. So he's going to switch into Charizard. I'm going to get this Power Up Punch off, and he's going to go ahead and block it. I guess he was expecting Shadow Ball, but I did go and catch him with the Power Punch. So good for us. That Blast Burn did way more damage than I wanted it to. I mean, I kind of thought it would do that amount of damage, so I should have blocked it. I don't know why I didn't block it, guys. I probably should have blocked that. Maybe I was expecting a Dragon Claw. I don't know. But using Ice Beam, hoping to catch his Altaria, not the case. He does knock out Lapras, and we do go ahead and use this Sky Attack, which we're going to be able to finish off Lucario just fine. His final Pokemon is Skarmory, and we have yet another Sky Attack to be able to finish it off. So luckily, we did save up that energy for Skarmory, not Skarmory, for Altaria, and we are able to take the win because of that. So we're going to jump into another battle. I think this is the second to last battle. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We begin with Bastion. He begins with Skarmory. Good lead up for us. Skarmory not really doing much. He's going to bring in Charizard, and I was actually going to switch expecting Lucario, but I'm like, this is actually a pretty good matchup for us, so why would I switch? Because it's, Charizard is 4 times weak to SmackDown, so he brings in Lucario now. I don't know why he didn't bring it in the first time. Maybe it was a misclick. I've misclicked before. I'm sure we all have, so that's okay if you misclick. It happens, right? Getting off this Dragon Claw against Lucario, and he's gonna go ahead and block that one. We knock him out. And now his final Pokemon is Skarmory. Unfortunately, we don't have any more shields left, but that's okay because I'm feeling pretty confident. We have the flamethrower right now, fully charged, ready to go. Almost knocks it out, comes close. We're not going to take like anything to the sky attack, literally nothing. And we're gonna knock out Skarmory. So it could have been a misclick on his end. He didn't really say, but that's okay. You know, we've all done it, right? So moving on to yet the final game, as I said, and I'm gonna begin this one with Lucario. He begins with Lucario, so evenly matched, right? And just go into town. Whoever gets the power up punch first. I actually managed to get it off first, so luckily a lead for me, right? You know, now he gets it off. I'm not going to go ahead and block this. I decided to keep my shield, bringing in Altaria, hoping to finish it off before he could get another power-up punch. Unfortunately, not the case, but that's okay. It didn't do a lot of damage to us. He brings in Altaria. I switch immediately to Bastiodon, and I was happy at this point because I knew his Lucario was down, so I wasn't too worried about it. I didn't know what else he had. It could have been Flygon, which, you know, with Earthquake would have been annoying. But yeah, the worst counter or the worst Pokemon to fear is basically that yeah, that Lucario, right? But yeah, he goes ahead and blocks it with Charizard. But I'm gonna be able to get off yet another Stone Edge, and that's gonna finish him off. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, click on one of the links to check out another one of my videos that you'll probably enjoy.